It has been a while, but welcome back to my channel. Today I realized I haven't filmed in like over a week. And so when I've been was filming every other day, basically in December, it felt really weird to not film all week. But right now it is January 7th and I haven't filmed since I think December 28th is my guess. And I filmed every other day in December, so not filming was like super weird to do. But I wanted to film a little bit this weekend and just, you know, do a little catch up, talk a little bit about what I've been up to this week. And we're also putting away our Christmas decorations today and this weekend. So I wanted to include some of that. I love having these Christmas lights in our kitchen, and I don't really know what our plan is as far as like keeping, hold on. What do we think we want to do? Are we gonna leave the Christmas lights up? I don't really like always having that like strong light on, but counterpoint, the tape we use is like taking off the paint. So I just feel like the longer we leave it, the worse it's gonna get. Like right there. Yeah. I think
it seems like unnecessary to go and get.
I think the decision for right now is that we're just gonna leave it up
Indefinitely.
It's already Saturday night at like, hold on, 6 o'clock, is it? 6:17. So most of our Saturday's already done. But I just wanted to, we are cooking some dinner. I'm making like very basic turkey burgers. I just put my hair back because I didn't want to get any hair in the food. In a little over a week, Zach and I will have been living together for a year. And in a week, actually less than a week, we will have 7 months to go until the wedding. So that's pretty crazy. Like I just posted a wedding update video and I want to do like incremental wedding update videos and like wedding plan with me videos, and when it gets closer, wedding DIY videos. But quickly I'll just add this in here. We did book our honeymoon. We'll talk more about it in a wedding update video. We literally booked our honeymoon today. We booked our officiant yesterday. Which if you watched my last wedding update video, you know that there was some drama when it came to the wedding officiant situation, but it has been resolved. We have a wedding officiant. I will also go more into detail in my wedding update video. I'm probably only going to do that like once a month, maybe once every couple of months, just because for right now there's not really any updates. But probably starting March to the time of the wedding is when it's gonna really get to be busy, because there's so many little things that I have to start thinking of to do. So anyway, I have the oven preheating because I'm making this. It's a surprise though, so we've literally had that for so long, and we haven't made it yet. And I figured turkey burgers was like a good thing to make it with, but let's get started on these turkey burgers. Let me go over some of the ingredients. So right here I have 16 ounces of ground turkey. I'm making half of the recipe. This is the next level turkey burgers with caramelized onions and aioli. I'm not making the caramelized onions because I don't feel like doing that right now. And then we put it on like buns if we have them, but we don't have them, so it's just gonna be on regular bread, which when I was little and we used to have burgers on bread, I was like, this is so stupid, we need buns. And now I'm like, whatever, I don't even care. So it's like funny like how it all comes back around, but I guess we can start. I think was that Monday. Monday we had off. Monday was January 2nd. Me and Zach both had off. But basically Monday was a normal day. I had off. It was my last day of break basically. And then Tuesday, I had my first day back at work, which was extremely stressful because of everything I had to get done. And, you know, I was getting a bunch of random phone calls from my boss, you know. I thought like, maybe it's because I'm a millennial, or people call me a millennial, people call me Gen Z. If I'm a millennial, I'm a young millennial. If I'm Gen Z, I'm an old Gen Zer. So I call myself a zillennial, but I don't know if it's because I'm a zillennial and I'm, you know, I'm technically savvy. Is that what it is? I don't know. Technologically savvy, but I never will call someone at work out of the blue. I will always message them first and say, hey, are you free? Or I'll check to see what their status is. Like for me, that's what's like polite, you know? I don't know. When you, especially like when you're working like from your office, like yeah, you can just go up to the person's desk. Like you know they're at work, you know they're not busy, like whatever. And if they're not there, oh, they're at the bathroom, whatever. But when you're working from home, like you never know when that person's just at the bathroom or when they're, you know, on their lunch break, because everyone takes a different lunch break, or, you know, not at their desk, taking any kind of break, or, you know, for people that are parents, their kids, you know, are home and they're making a lot of noise. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're slacking off at work, but I just feel like sometimes those random phone calls are a test. And I don't know if that's just kind of like my job or like my workplace's environment, but every time I get a random phone call, from my boss, or someone high up, I'm always like literally getting up for the first time in like 5 hours to use the bathroom or get water or get coffee or have a lunch break, because I'm allowed to have a lunch break. And that's when they call me, and then I look so bad for not picking up, but it's like, hey, you guys can work through your lunch breaks, but I'm not going to do that every day. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I won't if I have the time to. So it's like that courtesy message of, hey, are you free right now to talk? What I'm basically trying to say is I got a lot of those random phone calls from my supervisors this week, and it was stressful. I also haven't been back in the office since I've been off for Christmas, and so are my bosses. My boss was like, basically said to all the finance team, you need to come in this week. Okay, fine. So I was gonna go on Wednesday and Thursday. And then Tuesday night, an anonymous letter is left in our building basically saying, hey, multiple apartments have gas leaks. The building is not warning you guys about. You need to get PSE&G out here to check to see if you have a gas leak. A gas leak is dangerous. And if multiple people in the building have it, that's especially dangerous. So we called PSE&G, we told them what the note said. They sent someone out as an emergency, and they were like, yeah, you have 2 gas leaks, we have to shut your gas off. So texted my boss, hey, can't come in on Wednesday. I have a gas leak in my building. And they responded with, no prob, period. And I'm like, they're mad. They're pissed that I'm not coming in. So I dealt with that, literally a gas leak, which is dealing with PSE&G, which is dealing with putting in a maintenance request for my property management and trying to get them to come out and fix it. Another thing is the note said that the maintenance guys came out several times and didn't end up fixing it. Maintenance guy comes Wednesday. He's basically in and out of our apartment all day while I'm trying to work. The dog is going crazy. It's stressful having someone you don't know in and out of your apartment because you feel like you can't relax. Finally, it seems like he fixed it. The C&G came out that night and the leak was gone, and we had an inspector coming the next day from the city to make sure that our heat was on, make sure we had gas, and make sure everything was copacetic and fixed. So I couldn't go into work again on Thursday, and I could tell they were like, kind of like, why aren't you in work again? And then Friday, we had a meeting with our officiant that we ended up hiring. You know, everything went great, but like basically I didn't go in all last week, and I can tell that kind of peeved my boss, even though we're hybrid and some people only go in like once a year because they live in like Georgia. It's just because the head of finance wants us all to go in for the culture, even though when we go into the office, we don't talk to each other, and we still have our meetings over Teams, which is basically like Zoom, and don't get up from our desks or speak to each other the whole day. But I have to go in. Anyway, can you tell that I'm salty? Okay, I just put a 4th cup of mayo and then 3 cloves of garlic. 3 cloves of garlic in there. Now the Dijon mustard. And I'm gonna just do 1 tablespoon of this. Okay, next we need some Worcestershire sauce. Don't even know if I said that right, but we need 1 teaspoon. Okay, and some black pepper. And I'm gonna throw in some onion, just a little bit, and some salt, and a little bit of garlic. Mix. Okay, corn muffins are in the oven. It says to set the aioli aside, and now this is what it looks like, just a garlic aioli. And now it's time to get started on the meat, which I know a lot of people don't really like to see meat preparation, so if you don't like that, maybe skip like a couple minutes. But those have to be in there for 15 to 20 minutes, so I'm gonna put a little timer on. What is this? 1.5 to 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. So let's just do 2 teaspoons. Oh, well wait, I'm making half the recipe. So the thing is, it calls for double the recipe. It calls for a teaspoon of garlic powder, but even though I'm making only half the recipe, I'm still gonna do a teaspoon of garlic powder because I love to season, add flavor, and I feel like in these recipes a lot of the time, you can, you know, measure with your heart, but they don't really add enough seasoning in it. A teaspoon of ground pepper. I'm gonna do a little less than a teaspoon just because that's kind of a lot. Now, onions, does it say anything about onion? Okay, it doesn't mention anything about onion, but I'm still gonna give it a little sprinkling. Okay, let's move this. Now, it also wants me to grate part of an onion. This is gonna be annoying. Zach, oh my gosh, ugh. He read online that if you keep this part of the onion on, then it keeps you from crying. Oh my gosh, my eyes are already stinging. I've officially debunked it. My eyes are burning so bad right now. Okay, I grated as much as I could, but I have the egg in there, ooh, and the grated onion, and now I'm just kind of mixing it all up. I also like completely forgot to mention, but on top of everything else that happened on Wednesday, I got an email of your order's been placed at whatever pizzeria in the Bronx, New York. And I'm like, why would I order pizza in the Bronx, New York? So I scroll down and I'm like, yeah, that's my name. Oh, you know, maybe they sent it to the wrong email, whatever. But the last 4 digits of my credit card were listed on the order. So someone hacked into my Slice account, which I don't know if that's a New Jersey, New York thing, if there's other places, but it's basically like Uber Eats, but for like Italian places and pizza places, because there's like less fees than Uber Eats and DoorDash. Anyway, someone hacked into that account and used my credit card information. I still haven't gotten done with it, but I have like 50 different websites that I have to change my password on because my password is involved in a data leak. So that's fun. So I've had to change my password on literally everything. Still in the process of doing that. By the time you see this, it will have been done, but I had to call my bank, cancel my credit card, and then they're like, okay, there's a shortage of like, or there's a delay in manufacturing credit cards right now, so it might take longer than the 7 to 10 days to get it in the mail. So basically between now and whenever you end up getting your new credit card, you won't be able to use it. That's fine, like I don't really use my credit card anyway, but if I like needed to, now I can. My one thing is like, I don't feel like making a vegetable, and I also don't feel like eating a vegetable. We only have frozen broccoli left, and I don't know if that's the vibe. I have vegetables throughout the week, I promise, but it's a Saturday night, so I don't think I'm making a vegetable tonight. Sue me, but I promise, eat my vegetables normally. That's kind of it as far as making my dinner. I will show you guys the finished product. This isn't even like a cook with me video. I mean, I guess it kind of is. All right, well, here's our delicious burgers with the aioli on them and a slice of provolone cheese and our little cornbreads though. I just spent the last 30 minutes on TikTok. Zach and I were watching White Lotus on HBO. We're on season 2, no spoilers. Zach has been gone for like 20 or 30 minutes feeding his friends' cats while they're away. And I was supposed to take this dog out while he's gone, and we're still here. So I'm gonna go take Daisy out, and then he's gonna come home. We're gonna continue basically just watching White Lotus and hanging out. It's almost 9:30, so it's already going to be the end of the night, but I don't know how much else I'm going to film today. I do want to do my nails because I took my nail polish off, and my previous nail polish stained my fingernails yellow, so they just look crusty. This is like the first weekend in a while we really haven't done anything. It feels really weird, and but Zach and I call it hibernation. So between Christmas and basically my birthday, which is the middle of March, we don't do anything. Almost every weekend is our own. We can do whatever we want with it. These 2 months, well, 2.5 months are basically just going to be us hanging out, saving money, going to the gym, getting our life right, and preparing for a very busy spring and summer season. And once it hits spring, we're in the full swing of things. And then before we know it, we'll be married and back from our honeymoon. It's just so crazy. Watching White Lotus, like if you don't know what it is, it's basically like White Lotus is like a resort. So like there's White Lotus Hawaii, White Lotus Italy or Sicily. And so it's like watching all these people be on vacation, and Zach and I spent the last 2 or 3 weeks planning our vacation for our honeymoon, which I will reveal in our next update. Watching all these people on vacation when I just planned a vacation, but I'm not going until the middle of August is like, ugh, it stinks because I'm like, I just want to go now, but there's so much to look forward to and I'm really just trying to soak it all in. But anyway, I've been rambling for 4 minutes now. This dog is looking at me like, please take me out. I'm gonna take her out, and I don't know how much more I'll be filming tonight, but we'll see. Daisy, you're scaring me. Santa already came. There's no one in there, honey. Santa already came down the chimney. Santa already came. He'll come again next year. What?
What? You just did. No, nothing at all.
Is that real wood?
Kind of feels like it.
Last look of the tree. We are putting it away right now. We already have our bin going with some things already in the bin. We're putting away Christmas, which is sad. But we're gonna leave these lights by the Mr. and Mrs. sign because I feel like those like give a summery vibe too, and like it lights up our sign.
Oh, I agree. I wanted to keep that.
And then we're keeping the lights.
Oh.
No, we already did this. And then we're leaving the lights up in here. These are the only pot holders we have besides this oven mitt, so these are staying up for now until we get regular ones. But these were from the Dollar Tree, and our original ones were also from the Dollar Tree. So they're not like expensive to replace, but everything else is gone. Oh, except for this, but this kind of needs to get washed. So I don't know. Okay, tree is gone. Things are off the mantle. We're back to our normal arrangement, except now we have this bar cart that I got Zach. I think that's it for right now. It's officially 1 a.m. We went out to lunch with my mom, celebrated her new job, and then came back. We had like a pretty long lunch, talked about like wedding plans, talked about, you know, because we figured out a lot about the wedding the last 2 weeks since we saw her. So yeah, we just kind of like talked about wedding plans, you know. Yeah, so we came home, finished White Lotus. Season 2, and that was really good. Excited for season 3. I'm really sad because one of my favorite characters dies, but no spoilers. And then also reorganizing our closet because it was just packed full of stuff, and I just needed to reorganize it. And like, I didn't even really necessarily get rid of anything, it just wasn't organized properly, so it looks a lot better. I'll show it to you guys, but as I showed you guys, no tree. And then this is what we have now on our mantle. This is like all the places we went. This is the closet. So, I mean, I guess it still kind of looks cluttered, but this looks a lot better than before. But look at my crafting shelf. And then this is my stationary bike that I haven't used because I've been going to the gym so much. I had this coin counter forever, and it had coins in it, but the counter said 0 because I reset it after taking a bunch of coins out over time. So I took all of these out, and it was at 0, and I put them all back in and counted it up, and now we have $6.75. In high school, I filled that up like 3 or 4 times, and it had like $50 to $60 in it, and like, you know, that was just loose change over like a few months. Hold on to your change. People don't use cash a lot now, but it'll eventually add up to like $50. An unexpected $50 is always nice, even as an adult. I could totally use that now, so that's it. This week I want to film a like New Year's resolution routine update, I guess. So that'll be coming next. I'm sorry if this vlog was not cohesive at all or made any sense. I really meant to vlog throughout the day, but I just got so caught up yesterday and today. But I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, stay tuned because the next video will be a lot more cohesive. Thank you all so much for watching. I know, like I said, this video was a little weird because this is like a huge hobby of mine, but it's nice knowing that someone is actually watching on the other side, and you know, you're not just speaking into the void. But anyway, hopefully you'll come back for my next more cohesive video. Bye.